Spring Championship for 2 sets. The last time that Fiend beat Wes in a set was back in 2021 at Sobraldo number 41. I'm gonna get the date on that. It is April 17th.
That's
a long time.
Almost a year ago. Not quite, just shy, but still quite a while. But now we're going into game number 1, winner semifinal, and Wes starting it off with the Volkov. No Ulgrim this time. The Volkov, we've seen it happen, and you've already mentioned how brutal it feels as a viewer watching Wes run over people with these side sigs. I can only imagine how brutal it will be for Fiend, as, like you said, as of late, has not really been getting those dubs over Wes.
So I think last time we actually made note of the count. I believe it was like 48 light attacks and I think 35 signatures. We'll see how playing against a player like Fiend changes that. If it just kind of stays the same, or if Fiend's punish game is a little bit better, maybe his map picking game is a little bit better to where he plays sort of these more clustered maps that have these small platforms kind of clouding up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of things, again, Fiend, with the experience, he's got a lot of decisions that he can make to try to limit what Wes is doing, but for now, Wes has gotten the damage advantage over Fiend. He's been hitting those signatures. Another signature would work out for Wes. Fiend, not quite enough. The side signature not gonna get the stock. Weapon advantage, doesn't hit the recovery.
Oh, he was getting close to grabbing that one. Wes did find the neutral air punish. Not going to lead to a KO just yet. Fiend also finding a move that doesn't lead to a KO just yet. Both of them have gone definitely close to the blast zone on the top. Now Wes has gone so close to the blast zone on the left.
The D-Light almost does it. The N-Light for sure will. Wes gets the first stock here in game number 1. Can he get the extra credit? He's got the axe in hand. You know he's looking for the spacing for the side stick. Throws it out to cover the weapon spawn. Again.
He gets punished. We'll see if he keeps throwing those out.
A neutral air is not quite enough. We saw Fiend struggle to finish off stocks earlier against a player like Wes. That's going to be very bad if it continues. Opportunity here. Good spot dodge, but he doesn't hit the punish. He doesn't hit a down air or anything.
So one major change that we've already seen from Wes, like he still is using a lot of these signatures. Definitely not as much, and he's not using them like as his movement, because before he'd be like standing still being like, I need to go to the left, I'm going to throw out a neutral signature, and then when I land I will be more to the left.
There. Yeah.
He's definitely using them in addition to movement, and he's using them less frequently. You're seeing some edge guarding coming out, a lot more light attacks coming out from Wes. I think he's afraid of the punish game of Fiend. Of course, everyone in their right mind would be. If you weren't, you're crazy.
Yeah, you got to respect Fiend. Again, high caliber player. At the same time, Wes, he still has the game plan. He's throwing out the sigs, but maybe just not as frivolously as he hits a recovery. Fiend able to get the wall touch down sig, gonna just burn some time. Fiend gets up, nice punish, D-Light side air. Backs away, N-Sig catches him.
Power position.
Needs to touch the wall, and Wes is gonna get the stock. The N-Sig connects.
There's so many active frames in that. Oh my gosh. You are basically not spot dodging that. You have to be in like maybe the exact perfect spot to where it will already go through you by the time your iframes are done. You have to be really in there or else you're getting caught by that. It is tough to punish.
Yeah, that signature, you got to be out of the way, right? But a side stick from Fiend, Wes was right in the way of that one, and now Fiend has evened it up. There's the opportunity for Fiend to put himself on the board.
Oh, nice landing neutral air. That's going to hit Fiend away.
Oh
man, grabbed him. All those bats coming to Wes's aid. Neutral air turning him around. Nice ground pound. Is there going to be weapon toss? No, Fiend is going to go under. Wes wanted to wait and see what Fiend was going to do. Strong D-Light coming out.
Doesn't get the punish. Fiend taking quite a bit of damage here. Things are looking dire. He throws away the spear. Okay, a neutral air to punish the side sig. Wes with a neutral light. He is almost taking game number 1. A side air will likely do it from the right spot.
You see those beautiful chase dodges coming out from Wes around the corner. Gets the fading back turnaround side air. 636 damage. It still kind of took a lot for him to finally take out Fiend, despite Fiend being on a lower defense character. But still, he was able to take it. Man, that Sig is so hard to punish.
Yeah.
It's so hard to avoid if you just happen to be in the wrong spot when they use it really well. He didn't even have too much damage on that final stock either. He was in the yellow, not even really close to orange. So there was a lot of room for West to throw out even more signatures, take a punish here and now. But you mentioned it about the punishes, the spear down air, like a falling unarmed neutral air. He's not really feeling that too much.
I mean, it's better punishes than what we were seeing earlier, but they weren't enough to make him go, oh, I should probably stop running out and throwing all these signatures. Instead, it was just like, okay, well, I'll just be a little bit smarter about it. And unfortunately for Fiend, that means he's going to have to go into it again. Another Volkov matchup as we go to Mammoth this time, and he doesn't have the soft platforms, which may or may not be good, right? Like, he doesn't have the slide charge ability, but it's not like West was really using them.
Now, talking about that, how the punishes are like they're better than nothing, but they're not quite good enough yet.
Yeah.
That's all part of the learning process for how Fiend is going to figure out how to fight this Volkov. That was just game one, so Fiend still has some time to sort of figure this out a little bit better to get maybe more meaningful punishes, avoid signatures more, maybe not spot dodge right where you can take a side signature, or maybe not dodge in where you can take a side signature or anything like that.
Yeah, and we're seeing West yet to really throw out signatures. A little bit more respect being given to Fiend here in game number 2, but oh, snap, the NC catches the jump. Fiend running out of movement, does get the wall touch, goes for the fadeaway side air there. Would have been nice if that connected, wouldn't have killed, but still, would have been some pressure, some turnaround, because right now Wes has all of the pressure advantage.
I almost expected Wes's dodge to be back up off of cooldown, and then he just goes into another neutral signature just like we saw last game. That would have been absolutely filthy. Fiend does have weapon control here. I think one of his game plans needs to be to keep Wes off of the weapons, which it's going to be hard right now because like a neutral air, an unarmed neutral air is going to send Fiend flying so far that he can't really get back to stage in time to take a weapon spawn if it's not already there for him to control.
Yeah, being able to completely strip away the option to go for those signatures could be really nice for Fiend, but he needs to get the opportunity to do so. Right now, Wes with the scythe hits the down air. Fiend was jumping, so he has less movement, but he gets past Wes. Another recovery. Fiend in trouble. Weapon toss, and Fiend's going to lose the first stock.
Now, we are over a minute and a half into the game, so it did take Wes a little while to get that stock, but I don't necessarily think he's in too much danger of being taken out immediately. He is in the red. Of course, we have seen Fiend pick up some really nice signatures throughout the day today, like a nice side signature, really clutch down signature on the spear specifically to get those stocks, like right as they get into that red territory. We do see Wes playing sort of the center of the stage. Now he's over onto the wall. A lot of room between him and Fiend.
That weapon toss, and there's the weapon toss from Fiend. He'll even up the stock count. He's taking a little bit of damage here. He's going to go for the weapon denial. This is his opportunity, right? He's got some health to play with, so he's not going to get launched as far from things like the unarmed air, but Wes finds the axe spawn.
You see where those weapons spawn. It's so high up. Even being orange, that still sent Fiend pretty far away, even though it's not like off screen or over onto the wall. The weapon-starving game just hasn't really been too much of an object for Fiend yet, and these signatures are really coming through for Wes. He has a massive lead. Again, Fiend isn't able to punish that one. Wes didn't hit the move right after, but he might have been able to if Fiend didn't go for a more aerial punish on it.
Yeah, Wes knows he's got such a huge lead here, even though signatures are oh my gosh, if he had done that. All right, side air will clean up the stock, but as I was saying, like, he's got such a big lead here. He can go for those riskier plays. Usually in those situations, the riskier play equates to going for some sort of off-stage style play. But for Wes, that could just equate to throwing out these riskier sigs that pay off big if they hit.
Wes is in the orange. Oh, didn't quite have the range for that. Fiend gets a nice punish afterwards. Hits the side light. No major follow-up, though, so it's going to add just a little bit of damage. Neutral light adding just a little bit more.
All right. Fiend back to the neutral light game. Get those punishes in. Just completely lock down the opponent. Needs to finish off this stock. Wes with a weapon toss. Another weapon toss. Just getting in the head of Fiend. Oh, he tries to outspace it.
He thought he could run. That signature charge up lasts so long. You can move so far, even faster. Sorry, bro, he still almost was able to get him if he was on the left side of that soft platform. Fiend straight up dipped down below the stage. Is he going to get the touch? He does. This character seems to have everything right here. So much movement in these signatures. And you see, Wes is using them more and more now. He started off the set not using quite as many, but he is back to using them all the time now.
And they're working so well for him, getting that movement, getting that damage, getting that threat. Fiend does finish off the stock, but he has so little health to play with here. Like a Nair will guarantee a weapon spawn for Wes if he gets it.
Oh, that's going to give him some time.
Okay. Keep the control. He's got to stay on top of Wes.
Oh, he's doing a great job.
Oh, but the side air.
Already denying two weapons. That's good. Denying the third weapon. Doesn't matter that he didn't hit the end sig and he did hit the weapon toss. Weapon denial is strong.
Oh, he can't cover, though. Wes finally picks up a weapon. He's got the scythe. Fiend did some damage. He's back in it. Wes throws it away. He wants the axe, and he's going to get the pickup. You can see how high Fiend went, respecting that side signature threat. Oh, there it is. Nice neutral lights. Oh, Fiend. He wants it. He knows how close he is to getting the reversal and taking this to a tied set count.
He'll put so much space between him and Wes because he knows that he can react to the neutral signature on axe a little bit better than he can against the side or neutral signature. Oh my gosh. This game is so long, dude. We are 5 minutes and 15 seconds into this game. Both of these players are so red. That's not going to send Wes even off screen. He's going to be able to get back so easily because Fiend is so nervous about being knocked out. Wes is not even worried about throwing away his weapons and not being able to grab them.
Wes is just hitting weapon toss after weapon toss. The D-Light recovery, and Fiend puts himself on the board. The nail biter, and the nail ends in one part of the coffin. Fiend ties it up. Wes, is he going to make a swap? Is he going to change it up, or is he just like, you know what? More
I don't
Volkov.
think he should, dude. I think the Volkov is still just too nice on it. Even, dude, that game, that was a 5 minute and 34 second game. That is incredibly long. Look at the signature count. Before it was 48 light attacks to 35 signatures. Now it's almost double and half, respectively. It's 90 light attacks to 19 signatures.
Yeah, you can see just the adjustment that Wes is forced to make. Yes, yes, Fiend didn't get the biggest punishes on those signatures in game number one, but just showing the ability to do it and showing that threat and that potential, that recognition. Oh. Okay.
Indication that there are connection issues.
That's the pause, please.
This is a very South American vibe that we get into. You saw the green potion coming out. That is, of course, because Fiend is from Brazil. That is confirmed. We do know this.
Totes true. Ooh, misses the downlight. He was in active frames, but Fiend misses the punish. He gets the recovery that time, though. Will get some hits on him. Again, not able to punish Wes. He's just got so much movement inside of these signatures, and now Fiend's on the sword. This has been that comfort weapon, that thing that was getting the hits that he needed. All right, neutral light.
Ooh, Wes is going to get punished on this landing.
He's
already
unarmed.
took two neutral airs.
Ooh.
If Fiend can control the weapons, I fully believe he can control the game. He doesn't even necessarily need to keep Wes completely weapon starved for the entirety of the game because it's virtually impossible.
Ooh, nice side
his ability, if the weapon spawns come to his aid, and if he's able to control that, I think that is should be his #1 priority in taking this game. And we've seen him opt over to that, definitely more than he has against players in the past. Weapon starving
good dodge.
Isn't necessarily the biggest priority for a lot of players, definitely in South America, but definitely Fiend. Even being at the weapon disadvantage himself traditionally has not been a problem for Fiend.
Yeah, you're seeing Fiend in his desire to make sure that he has weapon advantage. You're not seeing him go for those stylish, like, do a couple hits, reset to neutral, and do a weapon toss to try to maintain pressure the way that he has against some other opponents. Has to fast fall.
He's going to hold that one. Fiend sees that one coming in. Wes, they're playing a little bit of chicken there. That's going to turn him around. That's going to get the KO.
Yeah, really good fight on the outside there from Fiend and Wes, but Wes does find that side signature, which has the active input option to go forward or backwards. Fiend, he has the opportunity now. Plenty of health to play with. Weapon spawns are low, so he doesn't have to jump super high to try to steal them out. And Wes, he's just waiting for the one weapon spawn, and it's right next to him.
Tried to run away. Hattori's speed is just a little bit too much. That's something that is also really helping Fiend here. Helping him run away from these attacks, these movement signatures that Wes has in his kit. Lets him overspace and then close in on his target.
Not only that, but it helps him take that stage control, right? Again, like, that's one of the things that's working so well for Fiend is that weapon control, that stage control, being able to just take whatever Wes gives him, and that high movement speed helps him do so. But Wes, getting hit after hit, he gets the read, and Wes gets another stock.
So brutal. That's one of the few of the side neutral signatures we saw come out this game. He threw it out earlier, but Fiend was a little bit too stacked. Even though he was in the air, he was still a little bit too stacked that Fiend was able to get through it. I don't even think he needed to burn a dodge.
Yeah, now Wes, he's looking good. A D-Light recovery, not even enough. Fiend, you didn't see him chase dodge up to look for that second nair or anything like that. He was just expecting that to KO. Over to the spear.
Oh, he didn't get the punish on that one, and then neither did Fiend.
Punish opportunity. Wes jumps out of it, and Fiend's running out of jumps, and that's going to do it. Wes takes game number 3 up 2-1.
508 damage compared to the 413. I'm going to whip out the calculator and do some math for the ladies and gentlemen at home. That is 169.3 repeating damage. We say this all the time. We're going to say it again. You turn red at 150, but depending on the map, depending on the character, we don't really expect players to KO right when you turn 150. A lot of things have to be in your favor for that to happen. Wes is doing basically that. He is ruthlessly efficient with these KOs.
Yeah, he's looking so good, getting these stocks right when he needs to. And now he's 1 game away from earning his fight against Power Ranger. Fiend needs to win 2 in order to finally vanquish the bracket demon that has been Wes for the past year of competitive Brawlhalla.
Scythe coming out. Wes is going to throw that one away. Fiend also throws his weapon away. He completely opts to grab the new spawn that comes in rather than attempting to pick up his spear. Oh, you see him immediately move back to it. He still is a little bit worried about throwing his weapon. If Wes is able to dodge through it, or the weapon toss is a little bit off the mark, not quite in run to hit, then that can mean Wes gets the weapon there, and then Fiend is without one. So that's why you see him maybe hesitating a little bit to pick up that weapon spawn.
Wes is so good at baiting with those side signatures. We've seen him throw it out like to fake an edge guard, and it just works so well for him. Fiend still finding some damage, but right now Wes is 1 good hit, and yeah, that weapon toss is a good hit from taking the stock, and he is going to go up over Fiend.
Fiend's able to grab the weapon spawn right away. He does take a bonk on the head from Wes's weapon toss, but he got the weapon in hand. That's so much more important than just the frog's hair worth of damage that came from the weapon toss.
Yo, love the fadeaway. Fiend needs to find this KO. We haven't seen like those D-Light side airs. It's been the side sigs. Wes is good. He's going to get to the outside. Fiend still needs it. No, can't get the downlight. Wes spot dodging just above the ground.
I think Fiend wasn't expecting the spot dodge from Wes coming after, because he's throwing out so many moves after that, whether it's been like a neutral light or whether the immediate down air while he's still in the air.
Yeah, covering himself with hitboxes very often. Chase dodge. Okay, Fiend finds the hit. The D-Light recovery. Weapon denial opportunity. Gonna juggle for a moment. He wants to stick with the sword, the safer option. We haven't seen the Fiend neutral lights that we were seeing earlier.
He's too far away, man, to even think about hitting those. He's putting too much space in between them. Nice 2-hit follow-up. Wes trying to go for the read there again. Doesn't get punished on that one. It's so hard to punish these signatures.
Yeah, you have to be ready and expecting it. Like just there, Fiend was thinking about getting back to safety, right? He's like, okay, I get back to the ground. I'm able to touch down, reset my jumps, and then I'll look for the down air. But by then, it's too late. Wes was able to make some sort of movement after the recovery frames, and now he's back to the scythe. Immediate side stick thrown out. Fiend with the juggle. He's getting damage done.
Fiend still keep it pretty even here. That vertical game was really helping him against Wes Scythe. But now Wes is going to have the axe in hand.
Nice.
Those down airs might be a little bit more potent. You already see that one coming out. Doesn't get the immediate follow-up, but does get the gravity cancel neutral light, punishing the dodge from Fiend that came out. He has weapon control as well. Fiend's going to make his way in.
What?
Yo, that was nasty.
The weapon toss down, gravity cancel, unarmed downlight, pick up into recovery. Wes finds the unarmed recovery, and he is up 2-1 over Fiend. He's 1 stock away from earning his fight in the winner's final.
Fiend is able to grab the weapon. Oh, Wes was in the air like that entire time. So you saw the downlight that came out from Fiend's sword while he was grounded. Wes was too high. He was expecting the landing from Wes that he was going to punish with the D-light, but Wes never touched the ground. Yo, he is adding up this damage so quickly now.
Yeah, things just moving closer and closer to a Wes victory. Fiend not finding the punish. A D-Light recovery might not even do it at this point. The neutral sig read.
I thought that was going to hit.
He was inside of it.
Yeah.
He was in the code looking like Neo, but he got away with that one, and now he's on final stocks here alongside Wes.
That was straight up Fiend caught in the middle of that saying there is no neutral signature.
Bending alongside of it, Eye of the Hurricane, but final stocks here. Fiend still has a hope and a prayer of taking this to game number 5.
Dude, he's adding this damage
Oh!
up. He's beginning to believe.
He can see it. Victory in sight. He can taste it. Oh, but he's disarmed by the down air. Wes finds the side air, and Wes is going on 3-1 over Fiend.
That was a tough game for Fiend. Now Twitch chat will have their opinions about somebody playing a character and throwing out a lot of signatures. I don't want anyone in Twitch chat to get the wrong idea that one, Wes isn't an incredible player and that they too at home could lock in Volkov and become a professional player by pressing the heavy button on the controller, because that is certainly not the case. It is Wes recognizing what the character can do. It is Wes using